Oh my fuck, my cutting board's on fire. Welcome back to the College Cooking Show. Tonight's episode is a great fucking recipe. We're making chicken noodle soup. Let's get cooking. I'm a private chef, cook for money, yeah. Guys, alright, it's soup season. We're getting to the middle of fall. You need some nice soup to carry you through. Maybe you're getting sick, maybe you get the big C. God forbid you do, a little chicken noodle soup might help, might make you feel a little bit better. You can need a few carrots, some celery, an onion. I have a clove of garlic, some noodles, obviously, and some chicken broth. We're gonna use a rotisserie chicken. We're gonna cheat. We're not gonna fucking worry about cooking the chicken ourselves. I got a rotisserie chicken the other day, left it in the fridge overnight, and then what's gonna happen, when you leave it in the bag, all the juices are gonna congeal, all the fat is all gonna come together into this gelatin. Save that, because we're gonna use this to flavor the base of the soup. Alright, to get started, we're just gonna chop all these vegetables up into a fine dice. If you like chunkier soups, you like some chunky vegetables in there, then bang, leave them chunky. Onion, I'll do the fine dice on the onion. If you have a relatively big onion like mine, you can use just about half. You don't need to be overpowering. You want kind of equal parts with these vegetables here. I'm using whole root, big carrots. If you only have baby carrots, that'll work, that's fine. But try to get, if you can, try to get these big carrots and dice them up. Also, to make sure this carrot's peeled, make sure you peel the carrots and wash your celery. Wash everything off before you cook it. Alright, so look, now we have roughly the same amount of onion, celery, and carrot. That's perfect. Now we can get this on the heat. So to do that, I'm going to get a big pot. Let's go medium-high heat, and then we'll get some olive oil. Glug or two of olive oil. Vegetables go right in. Now this is known as a mirepoix. Anytime you use carrots, onion, and celery, it's called a mirepoix. It's a French term. What mirepoix are, that's your base for a lot of soups, a lot of stews, a lot of sauces. It's essentially your base for when you're building flavors. A lot of times mirepoix is cooked and then it's taken out to finish the dish. In our case, in a soup or a stew, you leave it in for the whole time, or for like slow braises you always start with mirepoix. So that's just, if you ever hear that term, all it is just carrots, celery, and onion chopped up. And now we're not going to saute these, we're going to sweat them. So we don't want them to turn brown. You want them just to loosen, to soften up. So to do so, we're going to cover them up and go medium heat, and we'll give it a stir every now and then. And actually, I'm going to move that over to this burner. Right here. Oh my fuck. Dude, my cutting board's on fire. This is the second cutting board I've burned. Let's get that with some plenty of salt and pepper. You really want to season, especially soups, season the base heavily. So while that's sweating down, let's take our bird and just get it all off the bone. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to save all this skin. The skin I'm going to use at the end, and we're going to crisp it up and use it as kind of like a topping, a crunchy topping to our soup. Put it off to the side for later. That's going to be beautiful. Get the bones out. Just kind of pull it apart. Try it with your fingers. Look at that, and that brush just falls apart. Now, if you guys want to make your own chicken stock, what you do, how stocks are made, is you take the bones, you take the carcass, you take any of the trimmings, any bits of skin, smash them up, and then put them in a pot and simmer that in water for like 4 or 5 hours. Really cook it down, skim off the top, and that's how you make your own fresh stock. It's a process, it takes some time, so we're not going to do that. I have this store-bought stuff around here somewhere. But that's how it is made. If you're curious, if you want to make it your own, it's delicious and it's very easy to do. It just takes time. Once all your chicken is shredded off, we'll go back on our vegetables that have been sweating. And look at that, they just soften up, become translucent. Now here's what we're gonna go in with all that chicken fat, that gelatin from our rotisserie chicken. That can all go right into the pot. Just give that a stir, and then we'll hit it with our garlic too. And now taste for salt, taste for flavor. Tasting good. We can go in with our broth. I'm just gonna put enough, I'm probably gonna use all this just to fill the entire bowl, entire pot with broth, and we're gonna bring this up to a boil. Alright, so once our broth comes up to a boil, we're gonna go in with our noodles. Now normally I would use egg noodles, those are perfect for chicken noodle soup, but my dickhead younger brother ate all my egg noodles, so I'm just left with what I have, which are these large shells. They're still gonna work, egg noodles are ideal, but you gotta work with what you have. And just cook those, probably take about 5 to 6 minutes to cook, just same way you cook them in boiling water. Now we're just cooking them in flavored broth.
Don't be a pussy.
No, dude, that's like
the half bag of noodles in the cupboard, dude. How was I supposed to know that?
Any of the other noodles that we have. Fuck off, I gotta film this shit.
Yeah.
While the pasta is cooking, I'm gonna crisp up this chicken skin. So to do that, let's grab a pan. Oh my god, I keep lighting this fucking cutting board on fire. I need more space. Fuck me. Okay, to crisp up the skin, we're gonna render it out. So to do that, we're gonna start with a cold pan and just lay the skin right into the pan, and then we're gonna turn the heat on. So it's slowly gonna come to temperature and get really crispy. Let's turn that on to like a medium-high heat. All right, let's check on these noodles. Almost. Let's taste the broth. Good, needs a little bit of pepper. And some spice. You know, I like a little bit, with a little pinch of cayenne. Just to have a little bit of buzz going on in the back. You don't need to do this. Just a little hum, bang, that's it. tiny bit. You're not gonna know. You're gonna be like, what does that taste? What is there? What is buzzing? A little bit of cayenne. So those noodles are done cooking now. I'm gonna go off with the heat, and then we're gonna go in with the chicken. And because it's already cooked, just the residual heat is all we need just to warm it through. Now let's just stir all that in. Ho, 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 this is looking hearty. And those noodles thicken up the broth. So as the starch is released from the pasta, that thickens up your soup. Finish off, just a bunch of fresh parsley goes all in. Look at that color. Give that a stir. That's chicken noodle soup right there, that easy. Now look, the skin is all gone crispy too. Look at that. Perfect. That's gonna be our garnish. Let's grab a bowl. Do I not have any clean bowls? Fuck. Just get a look at that. Get some noodles, get some chicken. Beautiful. And then all that broth goes in just to cover it. The crispy skin. Let's just crunch it. Let's dig in. Let me get before this. Let me get a piece of this skin first. Mmm. 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 Say no more. That's it. That's it. Book it. That's done. I mean, this is, I'm not even sick. I already feel better. I already feel 100 times better. If you were sick and you ate this, you'd be bouncing around. Oh my God, this just fills you up. This warms the soul. Sometimes you just need a simple soup. Something easy, something that brings you back. Childhood, you had the Campbell's, you had the shit in the can. Make it yourself. It's doing wonders for me right now. Look at this. Mmm. And the bowl's hot. I don't fucking care. I'm just eating good. Alright guys, and that's how easy it is to have soup. You need a rotisserie chicken, you need some vegetables, some broth, some noodles. Bang! Chicken noodle soup. I'll see you next time on the College Cooking Show. I'm Chef Donny. Peace. Mmm.